Hi, in this lesson we will write our function to fetch historical data and store it in local storage. The reason why we are not writing the function in HistoricalPrices.vue is because HistoricalPrices component shows the data for single currency, and what if user is not connected to internet? Then we will not have any data to show. That's why we will fetch the historical data of the currencies and save it in local storage as soon as our component loads. Let's roll with the solution, and if we need, we will refactor it later on. Let's say our function name is fetch historical prices. We will call it in created lifecycle hook when user is online. Then we will create our function in methods section. Now say we want the data for last 10 days. So we will create a constant number of days and set it to 10. After that we will loop over our currencies and use Axios to fetch the data. But before using Axios, let's get our API URL from CryptoCompare. We will use historical API to get daily historical data and set the URL in API URL constant. Since the API URL has BTC and record limit hard-coded, so we will need to change that. We will concatenate currency and number of days constant to make it dynamic. We would also need to subtract 1 from number of days, otherwise CryptoCompare would return the data for 11 days instead. Let's use Axios and call our API URL to get the data. Now historical prices returns the data in bit different format. We will receive the data as array of objects. So we will transform the data using _.map and store it in transformed data variable. Let's return our new object. So for crypto we will use currency and symbol will be USD and price will be the closing price of the currency on exchange. And for date we have a twist here. CryptoCompare gives us the date in Unix timestamp. So we will use moment.js to build date object from the timestamp and format it to use it in our application. Let's console our data and see what we get. Alright, we got 10 records and data is in ascending order by date. We will use sort by function of underscore to sort the data in descending order by date and then console the data to see how it looks. Perfect. Now our data is in descending order. Let's remove the console and save our data in local storage. We are not done yet. Now let's remove sample data in our historical prices component and use created lifecycle hook to load the data in historical variable from local storage. Alright, we are done for now. Let's see if everything works. Okay, we can see historical data loaded on the screen for Bitcoin, and if we see Ethereum, then we have the data loaded for that as well. We can also inspect local storage and see the data stored in there as well. So let's recap what we have done here. Initially, when user opens the app, then we will fetch current and historical prices in local storage, and when user click on a tile to see historical data, then we use route params to load the matching data from local storage. One important thing to note here is our app is now fully offline capable. Thank you for watching.